Go Mike Podcast, where the mic is gold, and this is a podcast. I'm your host, Mark Paul, and today we're speaking about Joe Biden and his crack pipes. What are your thoughts?
Shoot, man, I'm just waiting so I go get my free crack pipe and syringe. You feel me?
Right. What they say, anything that is free from the government is good, right? So give me my crack pipes.
and for Black History Month, that mug better be green, black, and red.
I know, a green, black, and red, and it is just hilarious that I still hear crickets from our woke Democrat friends. I yet to hear anything from our woke Democrat friends. You hear stuff from these Republicans, these conservatives and whatnot, but I have yet to hear from these sleepwalking but think they woke Black Democrats.
They can't be woke. They can't be. Like, you cannot be woke at all and actually walked to the polls and voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. You could.
That's why I say sleepwalking. They were sleepwalking. They want to act like they woke, but they not. They really not. And all I have to say is, I told you so, people. I told you so. It's like, what did they think was going to happen putting in office a guy that has a 40-year history of undermining Black people? What did they think was going to happen? Like, I was talking to somebody on Instagram, and this was when I brought up, how everybody was crying about Kyle Rittenhouse, and I'm like, Joe Biden trying to give reparations to illegal immigrants, and this fool gonna say Joe Biden was one of the biggest mistakes of Black people. No, that wasn't a mistake. You guys consciously made a dumb decision, and this is what we're living with. We're living with this dumb decision that the majority of Black people made to put this goofy neck in office just so they can get Donald Trump out of office, whom which never did anything to them but hurt their feelings.
Right. And that's the crazy thing. The crazy thing is I'm gonna go back just what you said, what you brought up. They got the nerve to say this was a mistake. This wasn't a mistake
at all.
This is what y'all begged for, asked for. A mistake was voting for Obama.
Yeah,
that was a mistake.
Yeah, that was a mistake
because we didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have social media to really expose all of the lies and the deception. We didn't have social media like that, so we learned towards the end of his regime.
Exactly.
That he wasn't for. Well, actually, after the first 4 years, we saw like he ain't doing nothing for Black people, and then that second 4 years, he was just pushing for the 8.
I still want my vote back.
I feel you.
I still want my vote back because I am guilty of voting for him the first time, but really the only reason why I voted for him just to piss off white people. That was my real thing. And in the back of my head, I'm like, man, I'm honestly, I'm not at that space in my head when I voted for him, like actually thinking about, the conditions that we're living in. I was just trying to piss off white people. I ain't even gonna lie. I was just trying to piss off white people and to get the nigga in office. That was my goal. But I take full responsibility for the bullshit, for the crap that I did. Like what is that? What's that?
You're holding yourself accountable.
Yeah, but it's a certain word that I'm trying to find to kind of describe it, because it's just like, but all I can really say is I take full responsibility for blindly voting for a guy, just because he was running off the base of change. Remember his campaign was based off change. Had everybody in the Black community thinking that, hey, we got somebody that is gonna, do right by us, and he is speaking this change stuff. That he did. He delivered on his promise for change. He delivered that. However, he delivered nothing for black people. He delivered nothing for black people. He didn't even try to do anything for black people. And then when you ask him why didn't he do enough, he'll say, oh, they would have, or you know what I was up against, you know what I'm saying? So you don't try, you don't give it no effort. Like a lot of these black folks that are Obama supporters, they are really just caping off of him looking sort of like us, you know what I'm saying? And for him to still have all of this support from the black community it just proves just how just politically ignorant we are, you know, because he didn't do nothing. He didn't even try. He had made no attempt, but he passed all of this stuff for the LGBT. He passed Obamacare. You know, Obamacare that costed mama and them on like $3,000. You know what I'm saying, on their taxes, because they didn't have the proper, and yet we still have a lot of black people supporting him. I don't get it.
Because black folks is in love with superficial situations, like superficial issues, like the Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. They're gonna celebrate that, like Juneteenth becoming a holiday.
Yeah, I was just.
They celebrate that. They celebrate that. They don't celebrate. They don't look for no real change. It was easy for them to use Trump and twist his words to fit their narrative, and because all they was gonna do was lure him to sleep. It was easy, right? Because they've been doing it for centuries, for decades, for years. Cause like they've been doing this. You know what I mean? Getting the black vote, and it's sad. It's sad. So no, this wasn't a mistake. This was done out of apathy. This was arrogance and apathy. They did not care what kind of evidence came out on Biden. They just put it out there. They didn't care about none of the track record. He always say, check my track record.
Nobody ever do it.
Nobody ever do it. Nobody ever do it. This dude got on the Breakfast Club and said that if you got trouble with choosing between me or Trump, then you ain't black. Then in Black History Month, he has the nerve to put $30 million into companies, nonprofit organizations that pass out crack pipes and syringes for the sake of racial equity. Come on, bro.
Sounds like a joke, right?
Like it sound like when I saw it, I said, nah, this ain't real. This ain't real. I'm like, nah, it ain't real. Then I went to searching. I saw it. I'm like, oh no, that website ain't credible. Nope, that website ain't credible. And I said, watch them. Hold on, watch them post. Wait a minute. I saw CBN News. I'm like, hold on, CBN. The New York Times. Hold on, this is real. And that's when I sent it to you. I was like, heck stop. But
I was already on it. Yeah, I had already seen it. I was like, what in the world is going on? I'm like, I'm literally like, just like how you was. I'm like, what is this? Like, there is no way that Joe Biden is giving out crack pipes and syringes to the black community. On top of that, during Black History Month. It's like
in the
middle of Black History Month. Oh, the disrespect.
The utter disrespect.
Oh, the utter disrespect from.
Like, I'm still shocked. You can make this public so I can share it. The utter disrespect.
Yeah, man. I'm like, this is like, and all I'm doing is just thinking about all of this ranting and raving that I've been doing about Joe Biden. People calling me a Trump supporter, even though there's nothing wrong with supporting Trump. I just want to make that clear. There's nothing wrong with supporting Donald Trump.
I'm going to just say this. as a business owner,
as a business owner, as this is what I do, is run my own business. I don't got no job. As a business owner, Trump was the best thing that was in office for the business owner. Yeah.
Why? Because now I gotta, if I get 600. $10,000, not $5,000, $600.
Look,
I got a report.
Let you lend somebody $500 and they send it back to you in Cash App. You gotta pay taxes on it.
Gotta pay taxes. Gotta pay taxes.
What do the Democrats always say? They want to tax the rich. They have them pay their fair share.
But I'm trying to see when they go tax the rich. I'm like, any real hustler, right? Forget what Trump talked about. I'm still trying to figure out. This is what I asked every person that said that Trump was racist. Show me a soundbite to where he said anything racist towards black people.
Exactly. Nobody can produce that. Nobody will ever produce anything like that. They just like to echo what the news keeps saying. They would like to be an echo chamber for the news. They want to make people think that a guy whom has multiple friends that are black. This guy was in how many music videos with black people? How many times was he name dropped in rap music?
How many Source Awards he been to?
How many Source Awards he been to? And it's like
sitcoms, all that.
Look, in the rap song, who everybody wanted to be rich like?
Donald Trump.
Not Bill Gates, even though Bill Gates was richer, right? People wanted to be rich like Trump. You know what I'm saying? And then this turn on. I mean, look, and then I watched something where they was talking about, it was on The View. It was a lady, I think I told you about this, the lady talking about how they are treating Joe Biden like a black president. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, what is that supposed to mean? Treating Joe Biden like a black president? Like we didn't just see how Donald Trump was being done, like, for, like, the whole time he was in office? You know what I'm saying? Mainly his former friends going after him. Mainly people that hung out with him. People that has pictures with him, partied with him. Turns on him.
Yeah.
Why? He was treated like a black president, if you ask me. He was treated like a black person. Like, this is how we do. This is how niggas work. Niggas will not support you when you're doing your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Until it looks like it's some way they can gain something. You know what I'm saying? And nobody seen any type of gain in Donald Trump being in office, so they just turned on him. And it's like, I used to faithfully watch The Celebrity Apprentice, so I'm not just I'ma just go on the conservative side because he's no. I used to faithfully watch The Celebrity Apprentice every Sunday. That was my show. And then to watch Little John go after Donald Trump like he did after he did so good on that show. Little John did so good on that show. Little John looks way dumber than he is. You know what I'm saying? And that show gave me a level of respect for Little John. You know what I'm saying? But he was on that show. He did real good. Now all of a sudden, Donald Trump is the racist. You know? Even though he got all of, even look, Herschel Walker is still his friend. Like,
Yeah.
look, I don't know who gave Donald Trump my email. Whoever gave Donald Trump my email, we gotta catch that fade. Somebody gave Donald Trump my email because he always in my email. So, Donald Trump, yeah, man, I don't know who did that. Somebody think they funny, but Donald Trump and Herschel Walker, they collabed and they have like a political football they was trying to sell. You know what I'm saying? So he has all of this rapport, is what I'm trying to get to. He has all of these rapport with all of these black people. All the black people like him pre-presidential election. And then you have Joe Biden. Joe Biden, the man, the Delaware senator that has been in office for how many years? About 40 years. He's been in public office. You know, he was pretty much the loud racist they tried to make Donald Trump out to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was that unapologetic, you know what I'm saying, good old boy, for lack of a better word. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how people call Donald Trump racist and they do not call Joe Biden racist at all. I never hear no black people calling Joe Biden racist. And I'm like, why is that? Joe Biden has a racist past. He has a very racist past. He is to the point where he is friends with high-ranking members of the Ku Klux Klan.
Right.
High-ranking members of the Ku Klux Klan. He is friends with. He did a eulogy for Robert C. Byrd, or Robert Byrd, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Robert C. Byrd. Yeah.
Known segregationalist and the exalted cyclops of the KKK. The exalted cyclops. There's the Grand Wizard, and then there's the exalted cyclops. Yeah. This is who Joe Biden said that this is a friend, a mentor, and a guide for his you know, his political career. A friend, a mentor, and a guide. This is what he says at this guy's eulogy, at this guy's funeral as a eulogy. I can't talk. Whatever. And then fast forward. All right, you know, that was his friend. Let's fast forward to, I guess, the early 70s when the war on drugs started. You know, he you know, he's had his name on, like he says, practically every crime bill since the 1970s.
Right.
And then it's like, no, go ahead.
The 94 crime bill was first named the Joe Biden law, the Biden law, before it became the 94 crime bill. That's what people don't understand. It was called the Biden law.
Mm-hmm. Where all right, let's fast forward to the 70s. He you know, he make all of these, you know, I don't have any of the, like, the war on drug laws, like, embedded in my brain, but like you said, the 94 crime bills, which made 2 grams of crack hold just as much time as a robbery. You get 5 years for crack and about 5-6 years for a robbery. Right. And somehow this is, you know, considering crack is mainly in the black neighborhoods.
Right.
And then, but look, on the other hand, cocaine, you can have up to 100 grams of cocaine before you get that type of a charge, because that's mainly in outside of the urban communities. Let's say that, you know. The rich man drug, you know, the cocaine. You know, you gotta have a little money to snort cocaine. Is back in the days, I guess, if you was gonna snort it. So he didn't make no harsher sentence on that, because obviously it would have trickled down to his people. So he made the harsher sentences on us. Considering that, if you go back and you look at how crime was decreasing you know, and leading up to the crime bills being passed. And the only thing those crime bills did was keep people in jail longer. It didn't stop nothing. Only thing it did was make sure you were away from your family for a longer period of time. And that's it. So he makes strict laws against crack. Now let's fast forward to today. He is giving out crack pipes to the black community. Where have we gone as a people? You know what I'm saying? Where are we going?
All he doing is compensating for what he created in 94 crime bills.
No, it seems like it's entrapment for me. It's like, oh yeah, let's get them all messed up and we're going to round some more up.
Yeah.
You know? Like, what type of business is that? Like, and black people voted for him. Like you said earlier, he sat in Charlemagne's face and said, you ain't black unless you voted for me. And black people still voted for him.
Nah, like you gotta say it like how he said, because you know they look for those type of.
Oh yeah, my bad.
What Biden said was, Biden said that if you have trouble choosing between me or Trump, then you ain't black.
That's powerful, just as harmful. It's like, who is he to say that? Who is he to say that?
Obviously, black folks, 90%.
Believed him. Yeah, they believed him. 90% of black people believed him. Man, that's like, oh, I gotta.
Hold on, Master said I
better preserve my blackness.
I better go. I's a black, so I better go and drop my vote in that box. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna drop my vote in that there box now.
Oh my gosh! And about this voting stuff, Joe Biden is running on the heels of voting rights in black people, and it's like, what black person do you know have a problem voting? None. Why are they trying to make voting rights a black issue? Why do you think they're trying to make voting right a black issue? Because there's legislation in whatever he's trying to do, in his new legislation he's trying to pass, it gives a path for illegal immigrants to be able to vote. You know they're already doing that in New York right now.
Oh, so illegal immigrants can vote?
Illegal immigrants can vote in New York, yes.
That don't even make no sense.
Don't make no sense. Think about this. He was, just a few months ago, he was trying to give illegal immigrants 400 racks, as you say. $400,000. 400 smackareens. $400,000. And this is per person. This is not for the family or a big old group of people that may have.
Oh, 400 racks per person?
Per person, my guy. Yes. Per person. This is why I'm saying, like, when everybody was, when that came popular, you see it and went up under the rug now. When that came popular, everybody was crying about Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse, he's a racist. Kyle Rittenhouse defended himself. I am pro Kyle Rittenhouse. I believe Kyle Rittenhouse is on our side. Just by default. By default, he killed nothing but white people. Who is he more an ally?
I'm thinking about, I don't know why I mixed Kyle Rittenhouse with the dude that ran into that church. I got them mixed up.
Oh yeah. Kyle Rittenhouse, the guy that they said that went over state lines with his AR-15 and just start, like no, like a lot of people don't even know that Kyle Rittenhouse's father lives in Kenosha. Kyle Rittenhouse was invited to come guard that lot by his father's friend.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what you said, like,
it was self-defense. No, but like you know how people try to.
That as a distraction. They use that as a distraction, and folks was whining about it. I mean, excuse me, I posted about it. I mean, like, but I posted, I said, are y'all surprised? Like, are you surprised? Like, what you upset about? Like, duh, yeah, it was not guilty.
Like, I watched the whole trial. I knew that he was gonna get found not guilty. I knew this. I literally looked. The smoking gun in that case was the fact that he was running away. He had the AR-15 and he was running away. Who's gonna chase a guy with a loaded AR-15?
The people that got shot.
The people that got shot, exactly. Oh, and then the first guy, Joseph Rosenbaum, there is video, but that video hasn't circulated. But Joseph Rosenbaum attacked him while he had his gun too. He went after him while he had his gun too. And he did God's work with Joseph Rosenbaum because Joseph Rosenbaum was a child molester. multiple child victims, multiple. He did time for it, so he did God's work. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Rosenberg got what he was supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? It just they say stuff catch up with you, and it caught up with him. You know what I'm saying? Probably wouldn't have caught up with him so fast if he wouldn't attack the guy with an AR-15, but it caught up with him. You know, safe to say. You know, and then. Yeah, so it's just crazy how, you know what I'm saying, we are just like, as a people, black people, we are just so ignorant, and we're just really just want to just believe.
But this is the thing, it's not just ignorant though, bro. It's ignorance mixed with apathy. They don't care.
Oh,
and
that's
then
what that
that
means.
ignorant, apathy means you don't care. And then to be arrogant in not caring and ignorant, that's a formula for straight disaster. 90% black community voted for people that are career racists.
Man, career racist. That's crazy.
Career
You sure
racist,
right.
though.
I never even put it together like that. Career racist. That's exactly
Career racist.
what they are.
Career racist. 90% black community upset with words that Trump said. Look, but watch this.
What did he say? What did he say?
Hold on. Let's go back. Let's backtrack. So, because of Obama, we have what is called being PC.
Politically correct.
Being politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say certain things. And then he's the spokesperson of it because he waxed so eloquent, meaning he communicates so well.
Oh,
he
yeah.
could go. He
He's
said
a Libra.
so many speeches.
He has a gift of gab. Or is he a
He's
Leo?
Libra.
I don't know. Let me not do that. But I know he had.
I don't think.
Typically, Libras be having the gift of gab. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say Pisces, but anyway.
Really? Oh, okay. All right.
We don't know. Either way it go, Obama know how to talk. He could go and talk about nothing and get a round of applause, and then after effect, he'd be like, you know what? What the hell? What did he just say?
Motherfucker
He didn't say nothing.
He
said nothing. He said nothing so well that you applaud him. You get what I'm saying? So he convinced the entire, everybody in the United States to be soft. And then not only soft, he convinced everybody that if you're not gay, you're in the way, basically.
And he also convinced everybody that, racism is over.
Yeah, and racism because he's in office.
Because he's in office.
Right? So watch this. So we go from that and put in a guy like Trump that says whatever he want to say off the top of his head, right? Watch this. 4 years in politics. So he didn't even learn how to talk. He don't know how to talk publicly. He been a boss his entire life. Hey, no, you do this and it's done. Now he was forced to be questioned, to answer questions, and so on and so forth. Yeah, he ain't going, and then people trying to twist him up. Yeah, you're going to be pissed off and be like, man, get up out of my face, and then you going to say what you're going to say in his position.
Exactly.
So now, you go from Obama, who for 8 years softened everybody up, to a Trump to a Trump that says anything off the top of his head, yeah, that was a recipe for disaster. That was a mistake, low key on Trump end. Why would you run for president after Homo Obama? It was all bad. You set yourself up. You set yourself up. So now it's easier for them to just, because they've been macking the black community up for decades. So all they got to do is go back on there and be like, yeah, you know, I put hot sauce on everything. Hillary Clinton. You know what I mean? Oh, I used to listen to Tupac in
college.
Ain't no Tupac was out in no 80s. What you talking about?
They know
just
people
lured
ain't
y'all
go.
to sleep with bullcrap. Anytime she get asked hard questions, like when she was asked, like all of us, first of all, you just debated against him and really put him on blast, and now you're running with him, and then the first thing she do, it was a debate. It was a debate. That's what they do. Anytime there's a serious situation, they laugh and as if it's nothing, and they never address the issue. Like these people are professional deflect aid in the bed. They deflect professionally and know how to get around this. They play on the emotions of black people.
The stupidity and the emotions.
The stupidity and the emotions. And then they wonder why a Joe Biden could come out in 2022 and do something like this. Is because y'all stupid. And then you cool about it. You have no excuse. Me, my brother, and so many other people was warning you guys about this career racist. But you guys wanted to put the career racist in office to get rid of I'm going to say it like this, the mascot of white privilege. That's all Trump
That's
was.
all Trump is.
That's all Trump is. White he's the consequence, the reality of white privilege. And that's it. Because a lot of white Americans was raised up under white privilege, and they get mad at that. But I don't care. That's just the real truth.
That's Trump, like calling some of them niggers.
Right? Yeah, in their mind, in their mind. But the thing about it is, white privilege does not say that you don't have to work. White privilege don't say that you have to grind. No, it's just you just have the benefit of the doubt in the perception of the public. You just got the benefit of the doubt. If me and a white person walk into a store, if I walk in there with a hoodie and he walk in with a hoodie, I'm gonna get followed and he's not. That's white privilege. That's one example. That's one small example. So Trump got the mindset of a white man in America. Understand that being a white man in America once meant that we're here. I'm here as the white man and everybody else is beneath me. That's it. But that doesn't make him racist. That just means that he's just white privilege. I'm privileged.
No, but
he's just a privilege.
But just to add to that, I get what you're saying, but this is just my philosophy. I feel like that. I think that all white people have some level of racist in them.
I believe that too.
Even if they are not the hateful racists, they are the unconscious racists.
Right. That everybody is beneath me. That's what racist is. That's what a racist is. Racist is nothing but prejudice on steroids. The average person is probably prejudiced. I don't like homosexuals. I don't like dudes that don't lift. I don't like girls with no butts. We all have our prejudices. Yep. But to feel like that I am above a person that don't lift, that's an example of being racist. Plus power though, also. Yeah. They never
add that. You got people that want to prove black people can be racist, but they always want to explore the definition of racist, but they never delve into the definition of racism, where it roots from, and then they always make that argument that, just because you're saying something or just because we don't like white people, we say all kinds of crazy stuff about white people, they say we're racist, when that's not true. We have a reason not to like white people. So therefore, this is why we're acting like that. White people didn't like us because we were black. There's a difference. We don't like white people, in a sense. We don't like white people, because of historic
Or
events.
Say it like this. We have issues.
We have issues with white people because of historic events.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. White people hated black folks because we're black. There's a difference. We have issues with the whites, with the concept of white people because of history. It's not based in hate just because they're white. You know, they got light skin and they got green eyes and they look innocent no matter how evil they are. You know what I'm saying? Even that's a facade. Even that a facade. Because who says what looks innocent and what looks guilty? That's the whole thing with imagery. That's why they ain't gonna like this. Whoever watches this. That is why they know the importance of imagery. That is why they stole the concept, well, I ain't gonna say stole. This is why they made the image of Jesus a white man. Why? Because they know the importance of imagery. Once it hit that subconscious mind, it whether we realize it or not, we have no choice but to react upon that. So based on what you said, that's a perception of visualization. We've been seeing white people being put in this greater light as opposed to our people getting put in a negative light for our entire lives. So now we have no choice but to think, oh, white people, no matter how innocent they look, hold on a second, that innocent is convoluted. Their innocent look is not really innocent, honestly, because if we look back and we trace back and look at the facts, we look at the history, there's nothing innocent about it. How could you steal entire families? You capture them, you lock them down on slave ships, and you bring them to a country and force them into servitude, but you have convinced the entire world that black people are the most vile, crime-ridden people. How do you do
that? The argument people will make against what you said is they'll say, the Africans sold the slaves to the white people because they were of a different tribe. This is what people say.
But watch this. They did. And?
Straight up.
Watch this. And what does that mean? So because Africans, in their mind, sold their prisoners to the white man. That's what they sold. See, this is where the story is twisted at. They think that all slaves that came from Africa was sold by Africans. No. The Africans that sold slaves, they sold their prisoners. They sold their thieves. They sold those ones that was in jail in Africa to the white man. The white man stole the rest of them and brought them over. So let's get the facts straight.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that's the argument people would throw up against that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it has any type of merit. There's no merit in it. There's no merit in it at all.
And then at the end of the day, and then watch this. The slavery the American slave trade that happened in America was not what slavery was in Africa. Slavery in Africa, okay, so you had those that went to jail. Naturally, they had to do their time and they had to pay for their time. They had to work to get their time passed, but they were let free.
That's an indentured servant. That's not a slave.
But it is though. No, understand that when these Europeans got a hold of anything, they perverted it. So now we view slavery in this negative light because of the history of what happened to our ancestors in America. But that's not what it was before it got to America. It wasn't what happened here. It wasn't all the beatings and the lynchings and the forceful you being a slave for your whole entire life. No, you sold yourself into, like you say, that term, indentured servitude. You sold yourself for a number of years, and you had the choice to leave. You had the choice to leave. You had the choice to resell yourself for another number of years. You was well taken care of. You had room and board, so on and so forth. You wasn't working 24 hours a day. See, people don't want to do that type of research.
They don't.
They want to blanket everything. You want to blanket everything. The
They
American
blanket
slave,
and generalize.
blanket and generalize. Exactly. Exactly. But it can't play with me. I'm gonna debunk it. We can talk about it. We can talk about it. No, let's go dig. Okay, so you want to go there, and they did. And now what you got to say? Now what you got to say?
Yep. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But let's go ahead and wrap it up for the first part. This has been a awesome conversation. You're gonna have to come back for a second part later on. Okay, so just be on the lookout in your notifications. I'm gonna send you a notification. But this is the Gold Mike Podcast, where the mic is gold, and this is a podcast. I'm your host, Mark Paul. Check out Hardbodybyjtimo. I am gonna include the link to his website in the description. We out of here.